Okay, we saw an absolutely insane ending to the Colts-Falcons game, so let's start off right here. 2nd down and 2, the Colts offense it's actually moved the ball okay in this game, but feels like they keep beating themselves in the red zone and things of that nature, and now they have a long way to go. I mean, this is 2nd down and 2, they're only at their own 16-yard line right here. Let's actually go to this angle. I think this will show this play better, give us a clear example of what's about to happen. You see that, Taylor runs forward, and he picks up like 2 yards right here. So, hey, it was 2nd and 2. That's all you needed. But obviously, you're hoping for more in this situation, down a point in the 4th quarter. Again, 6 minutes and 17 seconds left, which is, plenty of time, but also you do want to, you want to keep things moving. But what's important to note is, so there's an Atlanta player who's trying to make a tackle here who has one hand free. This is kind of the best angle they showed, unfortunately. But watch what happens with Taylor. Watch how there's one hand free, but that Atlanta player just can't get a grip on Taylor. Everyone's moving over the middle because that's where the run was. And now all of a sudden, Taylor, once he gets through that, says, let's just go to the outside and see what's available here. You have a defensive back for Atlanta trying to make a tackle on Taylor, but again, he thought the play was going over the middle. So now Taylor, that defense back doesn't have the best angle. Taylor could accelerate so quickly, he gets past him. You only really have one guy who has a chance, but there's 2 Colts offensive players he's going to have to get past. Because of that, Pierce makes a nice block, good hustle by the Colts, and Jonathan Taylor turns what should have been 2 yards into a incredibly long touchdown. A 83-yard touchdown was the official call there. So really good stuff there by the Colts. Now the Colts lead. Although heading over here, so 5 minutes and 12 seconds left now. The Colts did not hit their 2-point conversions. So for Atlanta, hey, not ideal. You're thinking, man, we led all game, and now are we about to blow this right here? And it looks even worse when, Michael Penix takes the snap and there's pressure right in his face. So now he's going to have to try and scramble and make something happen. If you get a sack, you're in again, plenty of time, 5 minutes, 3 timeouts, but you're in a tough spot. However, Penix makes a nice throw. Bijan Robinson ends up getting open. Penix made a couple of nice throws. This one as well was another one where over the middle. Penix is, might not be perfect for the first 3 quarters, but it seems like in those need-to-have-it situations, he's great. And also Tyler Algier punched it in. He had some nice runs in this situation. So the Atlanta Falcons able to answer back. This gives them a 1-point lead. They want a 3-point lead, so they go for 2. And over here, you see I've circled one specific matchup right here. It is Sauce Gardner and it is Drake London. Colts, of course, spent 2 first-round picks to go out and get Sauce Gardner for a situation like this. You need to cover a number 1 wide receiver. Drake London, a very good wide receiver. Even the best corners struggle with him. And here, London's able to win the matchup. Gardner kind of slips and falls, which happened a couple times. So I wonder if, did he have the right cleats on or something in the Berlin game? I don't know, because, this game's being played in Berlin. So ultimately, either way, Atlanta is able to take a clean 3-point lead, but still a little bit of time left for the Colts to try and answer. And on the kickoff, you see this was a huge play. The kickoff, they get all the way past midfield. So just like that for the Colts, they're in a situation where all they have to do is, be able to convert, get 10 yards or so, and you're at least have a chance for a field goal, although those first 10 yards would not be easy to come by. So first you had this play, which was an incomplete pass, and there was is this an incomplete pass or is it a fumble? Tyler Warren took so many steps. It's when does he have possession? Does he take 3 steps after having possession? That is the rule. It's hard to determine when he actually has possession or not. They decide that he does not. So now it's 2nd down and 10, and oh no, it's about to be a lot worse. The blitz gets home, and now Daniel Jones is in this situation. He takes the snap on a 3rd and 21 play. Nothing is open down the field. Jones has not played well in this game. He needs a play, and his team needs a play. They've been pushed back. They have no chance for a field goal, and you don't want to try a 4th and 21. You can't throw the ball away here. But watch Jones just get outside the pocket. There's a nice block by Jonathan Taylor. Jones doesn't get the first down, but he sets up this situation, a 4th down and 2, which is just so much easier than a 4th and 21, right? You have an opportunity, and the Falcons, they're going to do what they've been doing all game. They're sending the house. Daniel Jones is going to need to, watch. He gets rid of the ball quickly and throws it. It's actually, Atlanta kind of dropped back into coverage, but they looked as though they were sending the house. Either way, pressure gets through. Jones needs to get the ball out of his hands, and ideally kind of away from the middle of the field because you don't want a tipped pass. However, right here for Tyler Warren, I mean, there's a defender right on him. I mean, this is a tough situation. But watch Warren somehow muscle his way through. He gets the catch and breaks a tackle, gets them easily in field goal range. The drive did stall, but they ultimately did get the game-tying field goal. Jones was actually hit a bloody mouth on that drive, but ultimately, hey, you'll take it if the field goal goes through, which it did, which was no guarantee, just given the way that game had gone, just because they had missed a field goal short, a 54-yarder short earlier in the game, also missed extra points, so important 3 points that the Colts get here. But also, now we got to go over here. So you see the Falcons have the ball here in overtime. Well, we got to talk about how the Falcons ended up with the ball in overtime. It was coin flip gate, I guess, coin flip controversy. So what essentially happened was they flipped the coin, and I believe they asked the Falcons heads or tails, and the Colts won and said that they wanted the football. Well, they realized they should have asked the other team. They asked the wrong team who they should flip the coin. Usually it's the away team, but since they're playing in Berlin, they forgot which team the away team was. So they had to re-flip, and then the Falcons won, and they elected to receive. But also keep in mind, there's the new overtime rules. So I'm surprised. Most teams with the new overtime rules have elected to kick. Interestingly, both teams wanted to receive here. So all that being said, the Atlanta Falcons now face a 3rd down and 12. Their first 3rd down, they converted off of a penalty, but they haven't straight up converted a 3rd down all game here. They need this one. But look at this blitz. You have a nice stunt, gets someone through to Penix. Penix goes down, and they end up having to punt the ball back to the Indianapolis Colts. So already a good situation for the Colts. All you need is any points, and you win the game. You're going to see that this is also a short punt. So you see that, it's recovered, and also Downs decides not to call a fair catch. So they get the ball all the way at the 44-yard line. So, or actually, they got the ball at the 43-yard line. First play only went for 1 yard. And that's worth noting is the Falcons are not going to let Jonathan Taylor beat them in this situation. They're going to go all out to stop Jonathan Taylor and basically say Daniel Jones is going to have to be the one to make a play if they're going to get in field goal range. So the Colts decide to trust their quarterback. They let Jones just straight up drop back throw, hits. It's Tyler Warren down the field. Honestly, not Jones's best throw of the game, just a touch high, but Warren Warren had a couple of huge plays in this game. This gets them in field goal range. It completely changes the dynamic of the situation. Eventually, Taylor was able to just punch it in. They didn't want to trust their kicker, given a couple misses, and also they trusted their running back, who made sure he kept 2 hands on the ball every time. And ultimately, hey, he earned the walk-off touchdown of the game he had, right? He ends the day with 244 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, so condolences to whoever was playing him in fantasy this week. What an unbelievable finish. The Colts somehow, some way, find a way to improve to 8-2. What a win, and devastating for the Falcons, who fall to 3-6.